This is Vikings United, your ultimate destination for everything Minnesota Vikings. Bringing together the most passionate fans, insightful analysts, and dynamic creators from across Skull Nation. Get ready for deep dives, spirited debates, and exclusive insights from Coach Cody. We're celebrating our community, honoring our heroes, and fueling your fandom with Pillars of Valor coffee. This is more than a show. It's a movement. This is Vikings United.
Handy.
Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla skull. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla skull. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla skull. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla skull. Representing Skull, the gang, you know the name. It's a Minnesota thing. Put that on the purple blood that's running through these golden veins. Hail, sleet, snow, or rain, regardless, we gon' go to games. $1 billion stadium on Sundays, they don't close the bank. Fail rarely, get your tail buried. Dig his JJ to JJ on Hail Marys. I'm like Aaron Jones, I see the field clearly. Gain 150 yards off of 12 carries and 2 tugs. I see you crack a can of ice cold whoop ass on the Packers fan. Downtown Minneapolis, where we pack the stands and put our hands above our heads when we clap our hands. That's how we clap our hands. We put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. Now clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. That's how we clap our hands. We put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. I said clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla skull. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla skull. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla skull. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla skull. If you from Minnesota, let me know. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota know this. Minnesota know this. I'm known to skull and then blow the coldest and skull until I got scoliosis. So when we so ferocious. So just know, just way before 84 was the dopest. We showed you who the purple and the gold is. If you from Minnesota, let me know. Right now. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota. And gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla skull. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla skull. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla skull.
Welcome into another exciting episode of the Scene Project Sports Network. You are here tonight for Vikings United, some more NFL draft coverage for you, some golf talk tonight, and, talking about a few tragic losses to the Minnesota Vikings family as well. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Big B. B, how you doing? Parent-teacher conferences wrapped up very quickly tonight. We're grateful for that.
Yep. The kids doing good in school. Outside of that, it's always good to sit down, talk some football. Hey, pick up a new game of golf. Why not? Talk about that a little bit, but definitely get a lot of insight.
Yeah, talking about a man with another great report card. Coach Cody, how you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Doing great. I'm blessed. Excited for new endeavors, and hopefully going to sharpen up my golf game here coming up.
Well, speaking of golf game, we got newest addition to the Scene Project Sports Network family, Shady Grady, what is up, my guy from Shady Golf on YouTube? Ryan Grady, welcome into the show, man.
What's up, guys? Hey, pleasure to be here, man. It's good to be in purple and gold. It's good to be in purple and gold.
Yeah, even though you probably root for another NFC team, that's okay.
Yeah, we're making a comeback. We're basically irrelevant until just now, so I'm cool with it. Yeah, no, we're good.
So, Ryan, do you mind sharing? Do you mind sharing a little bit about your experience? Because as Vikings fans, we can commiserate with just about anybody. But you're down there in North Carolina. Obviously, the Panthers have been through a lot these last few years. Can you share your experience as a season ticket holder there in Carolina?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. First off, the slogan is keep pounding, which is bad advice to somebody who likes drinking after college. So I grew up, loving the 2004 Panthers, which even if our crowd might even be that old. If you don't remember, that was the Super Bowl that Justin Timberlake ripped Janet Jackson's top off.
Yes.
So,
God, I knew there was a reason I loved that game.
As a kid, it was like, why are we a Panthers fan? Like, I don't know, because that was a rough game. John Casey kicks it out of bounds. Tom Brady's born. That was his second one at that time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was a 10-year layoff? People forget Jake Delhomme went on, like, this crazy 6-game spree where he threw, like,
Jake
5
Delhomme, holy cow.
But we called him Bojangles down here, bro. That was, like, his slogan. Like, hey, did you see what Jangles did last night? It was like, that was literally what we called him. So 10 years passed, I think, and then we draft Cam Newton. And I remember telling my dad, I was like, this is going to change everything. And it did for the most part. And 2015 was awesome being in college for that whole experience. But, they went to the Super Bowl in 2015. That was rough. But, yeah, after that, I got season tickets in 2019. And that was the year everybody retired. So, like, everybody just decided to leave the stadium that year. Luke retired, Greg retired, Cam left, Charles Johnson. And I sat there and drank my way to about 7-9 season. And that was our high horse. But no, the Vikings are always good. We got more Viking fans than you think down here. We got a lot of
Vikings travel good.
Vikings. Yeah. I think Brett Favre is what built that down here. Everybody was like, yeah, Brett Favre. That was all they cared about. But as soon as he put on the purple and gold, everybody was like, I kind of like the Vikings.
Oh, it's funny how sports fans are, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Shady, pleasure to know you. Just to introduce my guys a little bit, B is a former semi-pro baseball player turned podcaster with the Coast to Coast Network, and now has kind of brought a lot of his shows and his talents over here to Scene Project Sports Network, SPSN, officially. Cody is coach of like 17 different teams, mostly football, but he's got some baseball experience behind him as well. And we're just a couple of guys that just love talking sports, love getting together once a week at least to do this. And now hopefully we all get a chance to get on the golf course together one day. But we had plans to do some golf content this year. That's what kind of inspired me to reach out to Shank It and become an ambassador for that company, which is where we met. I posted something out into the ambassador, Facebook group, and Shady was the first one that was like, "Oh hell yeah, let's do this." Finally, somebody that gets it, man. We're just trying to shoot some content, have a good time getting out there. He was obviously doing a little bit on his own, but he's going to get us out on the course there in North Carolina. We're going to shoot some great content and put it out there on our new home of the Scene Project Sports Network on True TV Plus, available on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. So we made it, boys. We made it.
Mom!
Let's go. That's hype, honestly. This is just a start, too, so.
Amen to that.
The hell out of here, Kev.
Kevin is
I was wondering where he's going to pipe in here. He was just waiting.
He's biding his time.
Yeah.
By this time, it's all good, man. All good. So yeah, kind of got our introductions out of the way. Shady, format of the show is pretty loose. We often spend a little bit of time talking about Cody's several teams that he coaches. Sometimes they had a big win in their first preseason game with the Wyoming Cavalry. They whooped ass on this team. Won 56-0.
Yep.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
go back.
And that is just crazy. Just tells you what kind of players that we have. Like I told you guys last week before the game, we had training camp and we probably had 10 days before the first game. Didn't practice between there. I have the starting quarterback and 2 starting wide receivers with me, along with the defense. So, I mean, it's not like they were practicing with the offense over in Gillette. So for us to come in and gel that quickly, literally just pregame warm-ups, getting that chemistry down what we could, and dropping 56 and not giving up anything. Just wait till we start practicing. It's going to look nasty.
Well, yeah, I mean, I watched that game, and one thing with Arena football, Cody, you just being on the defensive side, but you were hyped up when the offense did some good stuff. I saw you jumping around with your team. It might have been a preseason game, but I mean, you're not holding back to bring that chemistry there. You're not just sitting down with your defensive boys. You're getting in there with the offensive guys and hyping them up and stuff like that. So definitely, I can't wait to see this team in full throttle, making the march every week.
Absolutely. I love it. As close to the field as I can get. I always joke around with the players. I'm like, don't go ahead and piss me off, because I'll bring out the cleats and the shoulder pads. I still got it, but
pull up the old Dwayne Johnson and Gridiron Gang, where he pulls them out, calls them out.
Yep. But they know I'm bluffing, because I'll end up in the ER real quick. But I love it. Especially
just
like
you got some big boys that back you up. So if we need to come out
facts.
there,
facts.
I'm
but
probably end up in the ER too. Maybe not from football, probably from my wife beating me down, crying. So
yeah, it's
he didn't make it out of his seat and he caught an elbow.
Yeah. I just, I love it. Most of these players have been with me for going on 3 seasons now, just traveling with me team to team. And so just seeing them grow, seeing them, play and get paid and just elevate and still perform. They're having fun. I'm having fun. We're going to just keep on rolling.
Now, Shady, you got a little bit of experience in the sports world as well. Now, it started at an early age for you. You want to talk about that experience a little bit as we're kind of introducing you to the gang and all of our fans?
This little turd right here. That's what I love, the stories, because as soon as you said he played semi-pro, I was like, we got some stories. And then you said getting paid, and I was about to ask the question, how much did y'all get paid back in the day? Because I remember how much we got paid per game, and it was like 30
bucks,
50 bucks, maybe.
Nah, it was paid to play for me, so I never.
Yeah, for me it was paid to play as well.
Yeah. Oh no, that's. So when I was 12, we got lucky. I mean, we were a small town. Our town had like a city unit that put together an all-star team, and normally we played U-Trip and stuff like that growing up. It was 2004. So we decided we were going to play Little League one year because we started watching the Little League World Series, and turns out we were good enough, and we made it all the way to the Little League World Series. And 2004 was also the same year. We lived with Jerkson Profar and Jonathan Scope on the other side. So the Caribbean was on the other side, but Randall Gritchick was there, Conforto was there, a couple other people played. But I'm the same age, went on, played high school and stuff like that, and went to college, but I played JUCO. And of course, Bryce Harper is the same age as I am. So if you go look at that home run derby that made Bryce famous, he actually didn't win that home run derby. Randall Gritchick won that home run derby. So we're all like intertwining through this thing. Eric Sims, my age. I actually ran into Eric Sims at a home run derby in Charlotte this past summer. And I was throwing to him and like Austin Schultz and college burnout and stuff. like fair warning there. I threw to him, but let's be real, going yard didn't call anybody for BP. So I ended up going, hey, I used to play. You know that mistake. They called me on it, and I had to go. And then I had to throw to 7 guys. I think I drove home with my left arm, bro. Like, I don't think I drove with my right arm for a couple months.
Yeah, that's one thing I could never do. I could never just throw batting practice. It was either hard or nothing for me.
I was the king of BP. I had to learn from Jack Leggett, though, Clemson's old coach.
That's what they used to call him after his Little League World Series days, was just BP.
Yeah. You got to watch the film, bro. Yeah, it was rough going. Nah, we came in third. We beat Japan. Hey, USA.
Hey, let's go.
Riding the wave. But nah, man, I wish down here we don't have a pro team. There, the talks are up for Raleigh maybe getting a chance, but I think Tennessee's also got a chance for it. Baseball team.
Yeah.
Baseball team. But that's about as far as we go as Atlanta.
I don't think they have 30 teams right now. So if they brought them in, I think they would bring in 2.
They bring in 2.
Yeah.
Tennessee, I think Nashville's in talks. I think Carolinas, are talking about it. Of course, they're always talking about relocating a couple teams, and those same cities get brought up there. So,
what was the? Oh crap! I lost the train of thought. Oh no! 2 guys, y'all know. Okay, Minnesota. I coached a kid after I got done playing. I ended up coaching a high school up at the college I was at Western Carolina. Zeb Matthews plays for the Twins.
Yep.
Coached him. He was just a kid, like 5'2", about 120 pounds when I saw him. But he's doing great. The other guy, you got the jersey behind you. He took over his home run record. I coached Cal. So I had him when he was in high school. And I was the only
Cal
college.
Raleigh? Okay.
Yeah. I was the college kid who, all right, full disclosure, I was drinking too much. And I lived with the D1 football guys. And they were like, you need to go do something. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I'll go slap you in the face and coach the high school team. They kept talking about this kid named Cal Raleigh showing up. And I was like, does he have a dad? Of course he has a dad. I was like, what's his dad's name? And they were like, Todd Raleigh. Todd Raleigh coached at Tennessee. So I was like, oh, shit. Looks like I'm going to have to throw this year. Like, Jesus Christ. He was a horse.
Yeah, and then wasn't his brother the catcher in that home run derby too? So like,
yeah, TJ.
Yep.
I got video of TJ on my YouTube. If you go to my YouTube, he was on Western taking BP. He's a goofball. Great kid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Cal should have won the MVP. I'll just say that right now.
I agree. You saw he already hit a home run today.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a buddy that's a big Seattle fan, and he was just like, I'm not watching baseball. Cal doesn't win the World Series or MVP.
The first time I saw him play was in the playoffs. I didn't watch a lot of baseball this year. I watched a little bit of the Cubs and Brewers series. My family's from the Chicago area, so I grew up Cubs fan. But we don't get any of the games online, and I'm not paying for marquee until they're like contenders, right? And so we happened to, I think I was going to pick up my boy. So we were out in the middle of the state. His mom was late as usual. And so we went to the local bar, and they had the Mariners game. Who were they playing? Was that the Blue Jays they were playing against?
That long series, that was.
Yeah, well, it was the game that went to like the 17th inning or whatever, right? So it lasted the whole time we were there. We ended up leaving before it got over. But yeah, man, he is a big boy. He is not a small human being.
Bro, he showed up to Western up there, and I wanted to look at him so bad, and I was like, you didn't want to call a fastball right then, did you? You didn't want to, did you? I couldn't do it. I was like, I know he's over it. He's good. What's up with did y'all see Chicago's talking about moving? What are they moving locations football wise?
So I would say that's about a 70% done deal that they're moving.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, they've been looking for a new place. So this has been ongoing, Shady. Grew up a Bears fan, just recently kind of changed teams and came over with my guys and started rooting for the Vikings. I mean, I was kind of rooting for the Vikings for the last 7-8 years with my wife anyway, except when they played the Bears, right? So it was an easy transition when the Bears were absolutely atrocious, and it's nothing but drama over there. This stadium issue, no different. they've been talking. They bought the old racetrack. There was an old racetrack in Arlington Heights, and they bought the land out there like 5 years ago.
Yep.
And with plans of this big stadium and everything, it's a northwest suburb. They bought the land and they've been trying to get out. And the city of Chicago, because they don't own their stadium, the city of Chicago owns Soldier Field, and they rent it to them, right?
Yep.
So they got no money. They're losing billions, right, over the span of time. And what had happened was that they couldn't come to an agreement to do anything on the city. The city property just isn't good enough, and the city's not going to sell it to them because, one, why would they? Right? Because they would be losing the revenue. So it really didn't make any sense. So they said, okay, screw you. We're going to bounce and, go buy the stadium. Well, they couldn't get the sales tax and property tax to do it. So they wanted to start charging them property tax as if the stadium was already built right away. So they wanted them to start paying the $1 billion, property tax before they ever broke ground on it. And they're obviously like, yeah, we're not doing that, right? Like, we need some assurances to do it. This is how big business is done, especially on projects like this. And Illinois' political, without taking this into the Patriot Broadcasting Project, Illinois' freaking political system is a shit show. Democratic run state, corrupt as can be generationally at this point. JB Pritzker's an asshole. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is an idiot as well. I mean, these people are just they're schmucks, man. And not, it doesn't matter what a political party they affiliate themselves with. They're just not great people, right? And the Chicagoland stretches into Indiana, right? Like Gary, Indiana is part of Chicagoland. It's right there. So no surprise that eventually you just go over to the neighbors and be like, hey man, I can't build a pool over here, but I want to build the biggest, baddest motherfucking pool that you have ever seen in your life. Can I build it over on yours? And the neighbor's like, yeah, man. Like, makes sense. We're open. Yeah. So Indiana just passed. I mean, they got on it quick. They went through their Congress. They got all the things passed. Yeah. Bring them on in. I mean, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar operation that this is, and the tax revenue that it's going to generate for the state of Indiana. Good for them. Indiana's got 2 teams now.
True story.
Well, and that's the whole thing. It's going to be weird seeing the standings and not see Chicago Bears.
They're always going to be the Chicago Bears. Like, the name isn't changing. Just because
you don't think so? You don't think they'll
change it? No, they are the Chicago Bears. They're not changing their whole brand. They're just changing the location. I mean, look at the New York teams. None of the New York teams play in New York. They all play in Jersey.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
New Jersey, that's another one. Those are crazy diehards.
Well, that's just like looking at the baseball, not seeing Oakland. I'm so used to seeing Oakland A's, and now you don't see that. I mean, that's,
Yeah, that was a little culture shock. I'm even a 90s baby, and that one kind of like Ricky Henderson, everything like that.
Yeah, so they're in Vegas now officially? Or where do they go?
Their stadium's done. They were just doing that 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know if it's officially done yet, but
I don't even follow the A.
Yeah, they're gonna be in Vegas.
And I got my head baseball coaches from high school. His kid, who was in diapers when we were playing, is in the Oakland A's, or is in the Athletics, I say, farm system. So he plays for their Las Vegas AAA team. Now it'll be a short trip. The call up.
Yeah, I don't know. Stadium be right beside the Jackson.
You really don't think that they're hold on? You really don't think that the Bears will change their name?
No, they are the Chicago
I don't think they'll
Bears.
change the name. I think they'll change
Chicagoland. It's not like they're moving to southern Indiana. They're literally going right across the street. Like, if the border is a street, they're going from here to here. It's still in Chicagoland. Like, they call it the region. That northwest side of Indiana considers itself more Chicago than Indiana, right? So it's not as big of a move as everybody's making it sound like to the people that are there, right? And actually, it probably makes it easier to get to for a lot of fans that don't, like, you have to understand, most of the people that are going to Bears games do not live in the city of Chicago. They live in the suburbs, right? People who live in the city fucking afford to go to a Bears game.
True.
Be called the Chicago Moonwalkers, and the fans will go hee hee when he scored a touchdown.
Oh, hey, that wasn't bad.
That was good.
I've been working on that shit. I had to grab my nuts when I did it
I've been working on that shit. Own it, Bubba. Own it.
all day. I knew me and Steve had this planned out. You don't know, but he's got my cell phone number. We're direct like that. And he was like, man, I'm going to toss this into the show tonight. So before we get too far into the football coverage, I want to make a big announcement here. We did announce it on our Facebook page and on our socials, but I want to bring up a company that is absolutely means the world to us. Shout out to Skunk Golf, our new sponsor of our SPSN golf coverage. We are so grateful to have this company as the official clothing sponsor of the Scene Project Sports Network. Go check them out at Skunk Golf. I think it's skunkgc.com. I should have figured that out. I don't know. I got to get our affiliate link in there. It's really long and ugly, but I'll throw it in the comments, man. You guys want to look good, even if your game stinks, get Skunk Golf. Here's a shot of me last year repping Skunk at the PGA event that I got to go to.
I definitely want to know how they came up with that name.
That's oh man, that's catchy as hell. I like that.
It is a catchy name. I was just curious.
As soon as he said it, I was like, skunked. Now, I've been skunked on a golf course.
No, that's legit. That's legit. Shout out to them.
It's a clean logo. It's a clean logo.
It looks real damn good on the hats too. So I got one of the hats here. We'll throw this on.
Hey.
I had the other one on there too. So yeah, we got
That's
oh, I gotta rock that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So and then they just announced today, what perfect timing, that the Skunk Golf Classic is happening. You know what? I think I'll just leave that on for the show.
Yeah, you might as well just leave that on. Bubba down.
That the Skunk Golf Classic happening in North Dakota this year. Sorry, getting the banner scrolling there. Did it say skunks? Come on, it's fucking spelled it wrong. Autocorrect. That will be up there. So putting together a foursome and, throwing it out here. Really excited about just being a part of the family. And they kind of have been. Obviously, they sent me a nice little care package before we did the PGA event. But they're a local, to me, local, right? They're a North Dakota company. And the same way I kind of feel about all of us up here, the upper Midwest, we root for a lot of the same teams, a lot of Vikings fans in North Dakota as well, right? North and South Dakota don't have our own professional teams in any of the, big three or, really anything. We do have a USHL team in South Dakota in Sioux Falls, the Sioux Falls Stampede, who actually gold medal winner Jeremy Swayman was a member of that team just a few years ago. So shout out to USA winning gold, beating the Canadians, both in the men's and the women's. Feeling on top of the world as far as hockey fans.
Oh, man.
Both of them was incredible, but that women's goal, that's fucking highlight reel for the next century.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Just seeing defenseman, long pass, just that move was so smooth. Like she'd been working on that. That's one of the moves that they're like, yeah, I've been working on that, just waiting to pull it out.
I was going to say, because she didn't even know she was going to beat. She did, but she threw it 100% trusting that was going to work. And that's, as an athlete, you're like,
repetition right there. That's that muscle memory. Just, hey, confidence of, I got this.
You kid. Yep. Look at you, kid.
It's that knuckleball that you've been sitting on for 5 years, right? The fifth year senior that's like, man, if I throw that heater at 89 miles an hour, they're gonna gas this, just like what happened to Shady in his career. I gotta come with some. I can make it move. That's what Shady said.
I did. That's a
stop.
I'm sharing all of his secrets right out the gate. I'm sorry. We've been talking a lot on the phone lately, but Shady was telling me about his scouting experience, getting scouted by, it was someone from the Braves, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was the shortest lived experience in pro ball I ever had.
Yeah, for a cup of coffee, right?
Man, it did take 5 seconds. He come down, called my bluff, like 93 or so, showing up on the gun. That guy finally come out of the top. He comes down, asks one question. He said, "Can you make it move?" I said, "Hell yeah." I go to the catcher. I can't make it move, bro. I'm just gonna throw a slider as hard as I can. Just make it look like you frame it good, okay? Because this is gonna be like 87. This ain't a fastball. He went right back up.
Hey, honey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. That's my wife, Danielle. Danielle, meet Shady. Shady, meet my wife, Danielle. She's watching. Coach has got the red Solo cup. Let's go. It's a party tonight.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Party tonight. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm going to find that flyer because we were asking. Did you ever find more information on that, B?
No, I didn't, but I know I saw it somewhere on Facebook or something.
Yeah, I thought I'd
So
shared it for sure.
definitely have to get the weekend off, I think, so me and Cody can rock the car all the way up there and
Oh, wow, I'm
just
going.
make sure you have the coffee ready.
I'll be there.
Shady can be our official cart driver. The foursome has to have a woman. I was going to have Danielle do it, but I guess Shady, if you can wear a wig, you're coming from far enough away. Shave the beard.
I got you.
But
Yeah,
he's
well,
gonna
I
have to
mean,
drive
hey,
most of it. I got real estate to catch up on.
Yeah, Coach. How's everything going with all your other jobs?
Going well. I mean, I'm about halfway through my real estate stuff. I get shout out to my players on that too, because when we travel out to Wyoming, we're leaving and it's an overnight trip. And I haven't heard one person speak up because I got the dome light on because I'm either reading like the workbook or writing in the textbook, taking notes along with the video. Like even that video, sometimes I'm like, maybe it's too loud, but fuck it. Like they're done.
Yeah, you start talking shit and your ass is gonna get benched. So I think they know better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running strict, but you know, I like to have a little fun, so it is what it is. But I just shout out to them because I mean, I can't sleep with the light on and sound going on, just one voice constantly. I can't do it.
Oh, well, what do you think, fellas? Should we get into talking a little bit of ball tonight? I think where we should start off is definitely with these young men who unfortunately lost their lives, this week from there. B, you got some more on these players?
Yeah, so I don't have much on Whitaker. Let's see here. Where did I see his age? I think he was in his mid 40s, but yeah. I haven't heard the update on how he passed. But former Viking, I think he only spent 4 years in the league. But the touching one was the Rondell Moore passing. 25, I think he is. So, but some demons got to him, and it sounds like it was a self-inflicted gunshot. So that was definitely a tough one there. But Coach, what you thinking when you saw the news?
The Rondell Moore one, it was shocking. Obviously anytime a player takes his life or a person takes their life, it's just something you never want to hear, never want to see come across your phone, notification and everything. I saw it and I was like, wow. I read into it, and then, I just thought about his career past couple of years. He's been on the team on the Vikings for 2 years, but last year, hurt in the preseason, out for the year, or maybe it was like game 1. And then same thing happens this year. And, that does a lot to a player, a person mentally. You do everything you can to come back from this injury. You think you're good. You're so optimistic about the next year, and excited, and to have the same thing happen, that sets you back. And then considering, everyone knows the NFL is a business. So what have you done for me lately? So, all that takes a toll on a person. That puts so much pressure on these players. Man, it's just sad. I think the NFL should be doing a better job, with the topic of mental health with their players. Yeah. I feel like what they're doing is just to make themselves look good. But, you're hearing it from players left and right. Like, man, that the league doesn't really care. They're all about the dollar bills. And I'm just not about that. Shout out to Coach Tony O'Neill, my dog. Much respect, much love. You know what I'm talking about. We're the coaches that, we actually love our players. We actually care about them. I was at the MOA last night on the phone with the player shopping, and when the girl was shopping, for over an hour, just to, he wanted someone to talk to. So that's me. And I'm busy, but I'll always answer a phone call for a player.
Yeah. Grady, what's your thoughts on the two former young guys that passed away the last couple of days from Minnesota?
Yeah, my story, I was an alcoholic, so I had to get my own form of help. And as an athlete, when it all ended, I had trouble with that, of the identity crisis. So, you never know. It can be even still playing, and the injuries playing on it. It could be anything. But the hardest part for me was asking for help. So, if it is going on or anything, because you do feel alone. And as a man, and as an athlete, you about as strong as you can be in some of them moments. And the higher the level, the more training, the better in shape you are, the less room for error. So you feel alone, but you're not. So I get it. I get it 100%. And I wish some, wish we could have been there, but just hope he's all right. Hope he's in a better place.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Young kid, man.
Well, and that's the thing too, is
man.
trying to be there for everybody, help them out. And yeah, it's tough to, we've all maybe gone down some dark roads. I know I have in my personal life, and
yeah, we've all missed
and I went and got help and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, anybody that's out there struggling watching the show, hit us up on Facebook. Message us. Just we might not know you, but a lot of us will sit there and listen and try to direct you to the best we can. So,
we all like making friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, exactly. And I think in the world today, you can't have enough friends you can't trust. You can trust them. Yeah. So, but.
Amen.
All right. So.
Yeah. Tragic stuff there. We hate to see it. And obviously with my affiliation with Operation Combating Veterans Suicide, it's not just veterans that we care about. It's everybody, and I think you guys touched on it beautifully there. If you are struggling, please reach out to somebody, and if it's us, it doesn't matter at all, man.
This is the past. I'm in a better life. I don't mind sharing my story with people that want to know.
Same.
But definitely Randall Moore was a stud. I really liked him.
He really was. He was a dog. Just like Teddy. Like, just bad luck, man.
And that's the whole thing. He could be a dog on a team you don't like, but, hey, you still got the respect for him. So,
facts. It's all love at the end of the day. I tell my players, whether they stay or they go, it's love on the way in, love on the way out. It's always like that. So,
right.
Yeah, tough to see. All right, B, what else you got?
That's it on both of them. The cause of death for Whitaker is unknown, but so let's just, like I said, anybody struggling, reach out to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, well, and big prayers up for their families and everybody kind of left behind in that situation. And yeah, a lot of just heartbreaking, man. We hate to see it. These are still young men, and I think, you know, we don't know what was going through their head, but you know, you kind of touched on something there, Shady, with the identity crisis, right?
Yeah.
And the financial crisis of it as well, because when you're hurt, you're not getting paid, you're not making money, and maybe you went and got, you know, maybe you went out and act like you had it all before you did, right? You signed that contract, maybe got some bad financial advice, underwater on a home, underwater on a car that you can't afford, and all of these things bearing down on you, and knowing that you may never play again in the league, you know, whatever those injuries may be. And you kind of counted your chickens before they hatched, right? Which I think is a story that is, you know, kind of across all the leagues, right? I think you see it a little bit more maybe in basketball and football, where you have, you know, young men that are coming from cultures and from areas that financial literacy isn't taught, right? And isn't necessarily learned from the family. And you get a lot of, you know, I mean, I'm shitty with money, right? Like I would have been the first one to sign a contract, and I would have been underwater, right? Yeah, man. So I can, you know, kind of relate to maybe some of the financial difficulties that these young men go through. And it's tough, you know, you're a 19, 20-year-old kid getting, you know, and even some of these rookies, I mean, obviously the first rounders are getting a lot more. It's almost easier for the guys that are taken later in the rounds, I feel like, because you have to kind of work for it. You come into the league a little bit slower, rather than, you know, we talk a lot of, obviously, here about Jordan Addison and the troubles that he's had over the last several years, to where you come in and you come into the league and you're kind of given everything on a silver platter, and you kind of come from nothing. And even I know there's NIL money in college sports now, but you come from nothing to all of a sudden having a couple $100,000 in the bank, and no one above you, a mentor, a financial, you know, advisor, or anything that's really there to support you in that situation. And you're one injury away from your career being over.
Hey, quickly, shout out to my boy Owen. Hey, simpler times, baby. Oh man, an inside joke. We used to drink that all the time when we were younger. So. Shout out to him though. It's been a minute, man. Much love to you. I hope you're doing all right.
Awesome, Owen. Thanks for tuning in, brother. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right. Well, to turn off of the somber moment once again, you know, prayers out to the families of these young men. And if you're struggling, please reach out, and don't be afraid to reach out to us here on the show. The DMs are open here. We're always willing to give a few minutes to someone in need, and it's going to be a big part of what we do moving forward, obviously with Operation Combating Veteran Suicide, but sports and our military and music, like the world that I come from. To me, it all goes together, right? It's not, I'm not just the only one who's connected in all of these things. So, yeah. Let's talk some ball, huh, fellas? I think I want to hit a little let's hit a little break here. Hit a little break zone. I want to run a commercial from another sponsor of ours. Of course, Pillars of Valor is with us. You're going to see their commercial at the end, though. But a big shout out to someone who's kind of made this tour that I'm going on a possibility. It's called Pure and Easy Tea. So Pure and Easy Tea is a American company who's made some really great stuff. I actually got one of their bags here. This bag of Soothe. This stuff's going to get me by when I'm on the road talking 12 hours a day and freaking singing at night for my supper if I have to, because this tour didn't necessarily get all the support in the world that I was hoping it would. But they, Carmine Del Sorte and his company have done an absolute bang up job of doing it with us. And yeah, we're going to get a lot more stuff going on with them in the future as well. Not just on the music side, but hopefully we're able to bring them in to the sports side as well. But Pure and Easy Tea, big shout out. Sorry, I was slow on getting their thing loaded up here. So I am really bad on the homework today, guys. Sorry.
You're busy guy.
As long as it's not me, we're Gucci.
Well, I had 4 interviews today and then a couple other meetings besides that. And yeah, I do a lot. But then every time I think I'm busy, I see Cody's schedule, and I was like, I could do more. All right, little
That
shout out
days
here
off.
to Pure and Easy Tea, and then we will be right back with some draft profiles of some wide receivers and tight ends that may be on the Vikings big board.
Imagine capturing the raw essence of nature, with its infinite color and beauty. Now, envision turning that into something truly transformative. Pure and Easy Tea cultivates the goodness of nature's bounty into fuel for your body. We are what we drink. Pure and Easy Tea, the pure nourishment your body craves.
Once again, big shout out to Pure and Easy Tea, and thanks for sponsoring the show. Boys, what do you think is the biggest necessity for the Vikes in the draft? D-line, D-back. Oh, and we went deep into this last week. I think
offensive line.
Yeah. Well, he said in the draft specifically. So, and for me, and I kind of iterated to it quite a bit last week on the show, but I think D-back is where they go. Maybe their first 2 picks in the draft this year. I think that you're getting some value there, and I don't know that they're picking high enough in the first round to get a top flight O lineman. So that kind of pushes you into where the draft board is falling. And even according to kind of the big board, you know, the top 100 on ESPN, where the Vikings are picking, there's going to be some really quality defensive backs, whether it's cornerback or safety in that. So for me in the draft, I think it's defensive back for sure.
I think overall, though, the draft, yeah, I think I go defensive back, defensive line. But I think, Bubba, I think you nailed it a lot last week. They have to hit on like 90% of these draft picks. They have to be on the roster this year, next year, their career. I mean, they have to hit on this draft.
Yeah,
so I think that's the biggest thing.
Your late round guys aren't going to be starters, but they need to be special teams contributors, right? Like they need to be on this roster and on this team because the team has to get younger. It has to get younger. It has to get cheaper. You're starting the league year off $50 million over the cap, right? Like you have to make some major moves. I'm really surprised that there hasn't been announcements from the Vikings with the draft. Jesus, I heard that from here, Cody. That was early, man.
It's like 10 times a day, every day.
It's all the stress. So you think you want to be a football coach, huh? With the Vikings, like I can't believe that they haven't. The league year starts in a week, like March 1st. They have to clear $50 million in cap in a week. Like, just surprising that it's taking this long.
I mean,
go ahead, Shady.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just looked at this. I've asked 3 questions in my head. First one was, why does this draft order remind me of the Jamarcus Russell draft? Because it looked really similar. And then I looked at it. It's not that close. There's a couple differences, but it's not that close. Then I was like, well, what draft is this like? And it said 2021 and 2024. And y'all drafted J.J. McCarthy in 2024. What happened? Now, the Panthers are drafting after the Vikings in 19. What happens if Ty Simpson falls to the Vikings and the Panthers? J.J. McCarthy gets injured a lot. We could say that there's a possibility. Why not? Because, I mean, the Falcons did it with Penny.
Offensive line. I mean, you know. I mean, that's the big thing. No matter who your quarterback is, you have to have somebody that protects them. So,
yeah.
I think the Vikings would pass.
To answer Owen's question, I think it's got to be D-back. I mean, Flores can work wonders with what you give them, bargain pieces, literally, and turn them into household names. But, you know, and I think he'll be able to generate enough pressure, but we got to have something on that back end. And if Harrison Smith is gone for good, like we gotta replace that with something. I think it's got to be DB, at least DB, and then wide receiver lineman if you're not going to DBs. Tight end, I love it. It sucks that Kyle Pitts got franchise tag, but that was a long shot anyway.
Well, you can't afford anyone, right? Like you can't sign anyone. That's the thing. Those premier positions, you can't sign anybody. So offensive line, and that kind of puts us in that position too. I don't think the offensive line is as bad off as a lot of people are making, because you
just
had
the right side.
You had a shadow of Christian Darrisaw on there on the team this year. You bring him back healthy, that ups the play across the board, right? Center was our biggest problem last year. It wasn't the right side. It was center was a major issue. Ryan Kelly, when he was in there, a shadow of his former self, watching get blown up by that Green Bay. It gives me nightmares, man. He just got run over. Like I run over my 10-year-old, right? When we're playing football, I just got massacred. But I think you can find some guys, and hopefully with a new offensive line coach, maybe some of these younger guys that are on the team, and we have some of these players in there that can fix that. You just don't have the money to go throw at a premier right tackle or center even to get into there. And we're just not drafting in a position to be able to get there. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of help from the O-line. And I think that's why you saw them make the move at coaching, because you're hoping that's the move that elevates the play from the players that you have, knowing that you're probably not going to be able to get anyone else in that space. And Cody, obviously I agree with you, right? Like a defensive back, like let's get some dogs for Brian Flores. You just signed him to the biggest contract any coordinator has ever signed, right? You made him the highest coordinator in the league. Get this man some dogs so he can start cooking and go have another historic defense, because that's when you won 14 games and could have won in the playoffs, right? So
if you have a strong backside, a strong secondary, I mean, like you ain't got to worry about that secondary. You can just pin your ears back on that front seven and just let them go, let them eat, because they ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm a DB's coach, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not trying to get biased. But if you can strap up and lock down on the corners and slots, it's easy pickings for the defensive line and linebackers.
So tonight we're going to profile a couple of the players on the wide receiver and tight end big board, because like you, Owen, I think tight end is somewhere that they may be able to pick in these first two rounds. Should their DBs that they want to go after be off the board already, I can see KOC fighting for one of these tight ends that are coming out. The board seems to be falling that way. We're going to start with the wide receivers just because, though, I don't think it's a massive need for this team, but I do think that we need a number two. And while it may not come from the first or second round, I know Coach has probably done his homework and has some seventh round selections at the wide receiver position that may get here. So first one I wanted to talk about that came up when I had ChatGPT identify some of the top wide receivers in this draft was Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver out of Arizona State. A little bit on him. I didn't get as thorough of notes this time as I did, but Arizona State, 6'2", 200, explosive receiver, fluid mover, creative route runner, some durability concerns. B, where do we have him on the top 100 from ESPN?
He's number one as a wide receiver, number 9 overall on the big board. So there's a possibility, he's in that range to where he could fall, depending on what other teams want. But right now he's sitting number 9, so 8 spots out. Just a little bit of stats for him. Last year, 711 yards, 8 touchdowns. The year before that, he broke 1,000 with 10 touchdowns. So the guy's got some big capability, big play capability. So, and definitely coming out of Arizona State, so.
Yeah, I mean, my profile for him, classic perimeter X-receiver with the strong target share. I mean, he had 97 targets last year, and red zone reliability. Though some evaluators question his press release, and he's got an injury history, he remains productive, and he's a chain mover. I mean, I watched a little bit of tape on him. I actually had time to do a little bit of tape this year, or this week, and he looks like a baller that could replace Addison and be that number 2.
Oh, and just to throw it back to our defensive talk, he said, let them boys eat on the line. Give Turner that spot. Trade Bay with Grenard. Owen, we touched on this in a dream scenario of maybe trading up in the first round, trading Grenard to go after safety from Ohio State. What was the young man's name?
From Ohio State? For the DB?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm looking. Hold on.
He's like number 6.
Downs.
Yeah,
Caleb
Downs.
Right. Yeah. It was a dream scenario, and we weren't saying that it was going to happen, but that was something that I brought up as what do you package together? I don't really want to package all the draft capital that we have, but could you trade up to a Dallas if that pick falls down to there? Because where is Dallas picking? Are they like in the 9th or 10th spot, right? Not that Caleb probably falls that far, but
Dallas is 12th.
Man, we don't want your throwaways, dog. We're good. We're good. So he's trying to give us the trash from Green Bay, and he's trying to steal Coach Cody.
Do you feel me?
Hey, Big B.
Yeah.
What about KC Concepcion from Texas A&M?
Yeah, he's on this list here too. So let's we'll just keep moving down.
He was
go ahead. Concepcion is number 5 on the list that I have here, but we're probably talking in the range of where the Vikings may be picking. Smaller wide receiver. He is 5'11", 190 pounds, but he is a producer. So, let's go ahead and talk about it since we got him pulled up.
KC, 5'11", 190. On the big board, he's ranked number 8. On the over the top 100, he's 45th. So you're looking at 2nd, 3rd round there. So somewhere I think we're that idea.
Number 45. So
yeah, I definitely entertain that one. And his numbers, just looking at his 3 years in college, if I can pull it back up here, 2023, 839 yards, 2024, 460, last year, 919. But touchdowns 10, 6, 9. So
yeah,
small, but the guy gets it in the end zone. So
listen, Steve,
5'11", 190.
Somebody offers Cody $35 million a year for the next 10 years. He can take that money. We ain't even going to hold it against him.
Adios, muchachos.
Yeah. Cody, can we come on the staff? I would put on green and gold for $35 million a year. I would probably do it for $350,000.
You might even get me in a Yankees jersey for that money.
You know what? That's tough. That's tough being a Twins fan. That's tough. So
yeah, Concepcion. So Vikings are picking 49th. Sorry, not 45th. So Concepcion is definitely someone that could be in that range where we are picking in that 2nd round. So great call there, Shady. Next one on my list here was Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Maybe a little bit of a reach here. I don't know where he's at on the big board B, but a little bit on Carnell. 6'3", 195 pounds, tall, long, excellent play speed, strong hands, vertical threat. To me, this is the model, if not the player, of who the Vikings need, opposite of your Justin Jefferson. We have Speedy Naylor. Hopefully we can get another contract done for that wide receiver 3 that I think Naylor fits into very well right now. We need another body out there that can go up and get the ball, and which is a position that I think, Jordan Addison isn't really, right? He's not that player. Carnell Tate, where does he fall in the top 100?
He is number 2 in the position, number 11. So he's not that far off where we could probably move up or he could drop. Last year, 875 yards, 9 touchdowns, 17.2 average per catch. Year before that, 733, 4 touchdowns. So, yeah,
Cody,
he's coming in his own.
Anything on this young man that you could see being a case that he maybe drops a little bit? Any off the field issues? Anything from your research?
I haven't heard or seen any negative stuff.
Damn.
I know, but I mean, hey, anything can happen. Larry Matunzel, didn't that video come out the day of the draft? You know what I'm
where he's
saying?
smoking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
taking that. Yeah, so anything can happen. People just waiting for the right time. Trust me. People are vindictive
Yeah,
like
let
that.
let a fucking video of this young man come out hitting a blunt or something on draft day and let him drop to 18, please.
Well, I think if anything,
It's legal in
I
Minnesota, dog.
I think a lot of changes will happen during the combine and stuff. Where that's where a lot of these changes happen is the drops and stuff. Is
Well,
they
and
practice with a
obviously,
pad. So
combine coming up this week. All eyes will be on Indianapolis, watching out there. To me, regardless of whether it is like I said, whether it's this young man or it's another one, to me, this is the player profile that I'm looking for at wide receiver. I don't need another 5'11", really fast guy, right? You already have Ty Felton on this team too, right? Like you have a prototype of that player already. Let's go get another big bodied guy out there. Speaking of another one that I think fits that bill a little bit now, a little bit smaller, 6 foot, 204 pounds, though, not a small guy. Omar Cooper, wide receiver from Indiana, is next on my list. Now we're probably getting into this first round range of where the Vikings will be picking. B, what do you got on him?
he's fifth on the position, 37, so late first, early second. Stat wise, 937 last year with 13 touchdowns. The year before that, 594 with 7 touchdowns, but averaged 21 yards per catch that year. So definitely somebody that could, be that playmaker alongside Jefferson. A little smaller than we probably want, but
Did you say 5'10"?
no,
6 foot.
6 foot.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what
But
somebody who's 5'10" like Cody says.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
6 foot tall.
Where'd you say he ranked?
Indiana. From Indiana.
Cooper, he was 5th in the position, 37th overall.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
a reach for the first round, but in range, I would say, for where the Vikings could move up to with their second round picks. Yeah, you'd have to really like him.
I'm literally. I think Vikings need size at this point. So we got this.
We already talked about Concepcion. Mekhi Lemon was another one that I had just on this list. But another guy, 5'11", slot specialist, not really somebody that fits the needs. Moving down the list here, a couple of guys.
Denzel Boston, right. Wide receiver, Washington, who we did talk a little bit about, I think, after you left the show, Cody. I had B kind of run through the top 10 wide receivers. Denzel Boston from Washington, 6'4", and some strength too. Not a small guy whatsoever. A 6'4", 210. He's a fucking tight end. Big framed, strong ball skills, physical after catch. Yeah, I think he's like the same size as Hawkinson, isn't he? Well, at least that's what Hawkinson looks like he plays as when he's out there trying to block. No offense. I know he's a part owner of Pillars of Valor, our sponsor, but we're not here to sugarcoat it. I love it. I just, a big body receiver like that, 6'4", add in the vertical. I don't care what your DB is. He's not going to goal line, jump ball, corner the end zone.
Boston had 881 yards last year, 11 touchdowns. But 6'4", 209. There's another guy too that kind of intrigued me is Fields from Notre Dame. 6'4", 223. He's a 5th-year senior. 630 yards last year, 5 touchdowns. But the last 2 years before that, 808, 811, 5 touchdowns apiece. So another guy that.
Where's he on the top 100, B?
Well, they don't pack.
39th.
So he's 39 on that top 100. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I would almost rather see them stretch for that. Where was Boston? He was in that 40 something range, wasn't he?
No,
30.
Boston was 13th overall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the top 100, he was 13, huh? So his draft is
overall.
really pumped up. Okay, so yeah, we don't have a chance to get him.
Depends on. I got to look at the draft order.
13th, I guess a 13 to 18 isn't as big of a swing. I don't really. I mean, I guess that would be
one
like
team. Take one team to switch the draft and have a run on something. So
well, and what I'm thinking is that he is like the one player on this wide receiver, the one player outside of the DBs that I would be okay with them maybe trading up for to get in that first round, right? I think they're taking one of the cornerbacks at that spot just from kind of the deep dive that we did last week. But
and obviously looking at
how much they want to swing.
And looking at the top 15, I mean, outside the Raiders and the Jets that need everything, I mean, Miami might be the only one looking at could be looking at a receiver with the release of Hill. So, I mean, he could be right there for Miami. But, I mean, like Cody said, though, one team changes everybody's draft board. They take somebody different and makes them all panic.
The last player I kind of had – okay, go ahead, Coach. You got something on these guys?
Well, I was just going to make a comment real quick. Dolphins, they're probably going to be looking for a wide receiver, but I think they're going to be looking for someone cheaper to replace Tyreek Hill. So I think it's going to fit that same mold, 5'10", 5'11", 5 fast. So
yeah,
I think we'll be all right. I don't know if I want to trade up. I don't know if I want to trade up.
Right. I think that you're probably staying put. Like I said, I feel like the Denzel Boston would be one guy on this list of people that we've been talking about, because there was a couple safeties and a couple of cornerbacks that were all in that first round range of where we could be picking. Like one of those four players are going to fall to you. Yeah. Denzel Boston to me is kind of the only person that seems attainable that you're talking about maybe trading, because if it's only a few spots, you're talking about maybe your 5th round pick, right? Yeah. You're talking about trading your 1st and your 5th to flip and to move up those few spots, right?
Or you think that's all it would take?
Maybe a 4th? Yeah, because they break it down in that point system, man. Everybody falls pretty close to that point system. So it would be a flip of your 18. It would be a flip of that to move up those few spots, because you're not moving from 18 to 2. Right. No. You're moving from 18 to maybe 15, because I think that's where you would talk about being available. Maybe you're having to trade. If you're trying to move up from 18 to like 12, you may be talking about one of those 2nd round picks. I'm not comfortable trading one of the 2nd round picks.
Hell no.
You get a starter. You're trading essentially 2 starters for 1. I don't know that it's the way our team is right now that you really can't afford to do it, right? Like you need as many starters as you can pull. But if you could flip a 4th who is more of like a toss-up, right, to get, and maybe a player, right? I mean, maybe you could trade a Jordan Addison to a team.
That's what I was just going to say.
And your 1st round of 18 to move up, which, is essentially a 2nd or 3rd round pick that you're probably going to get for Addison. I don't know. This would be the one player on the wide receiver board that I would be comfortable with them trading up for, because of that. And actually, Burke, I think, is the next person on my list here, Steve. You just threw it out there. Or Bernard. Jeremy Bernard was the last one that I had on my list here as far as what ChatGPT pulled out for me. Wide receiver from Alabama, 6'1", 204, consistent production. What do you got on Jeremy Bernard, B?
11th overall in the wide receiver position, 53rd on the big board. 862 yards last year, 7 touchdowns. The year before that, 794 with only 2 touchdowns. So definitely somebody that, 2nd round, early 3rd, so.
And then Steve threw out one here, Denzel Burke from Oklahoma.
Deion Burke.
Dion Burke.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Dion
Well,
Burke.
he's a Packers fan, man.
Yeah.
That's always-
5'9", I'm out. 5'9",
Yep.
I'm out.
Didn't even get any
5'9"?
further than that.
He's 5'9", 180, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Man, if you're
sorry.
gonna do that, you might as well just go try to throw some money at fucking Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Diego Pavia.
I mean, unless you're talking return, I don't know if he's a returner, but
5'9", I'll see him in Wyoming. Game
Yeah.
March 14. Hit me up. My DM's open.
Fucking Cody, man.
I mean, he is kind of a gadget player because he does get some rushing yards and stuff, but
yeah, last thing we need on this team right now. Last
Yeah.
thing this team needs is a questionable pick. We need home runs this year. Speaking of home runs, first player on the tight end list is Kenyon Sadiq. I don't think there's a chance he ends up as a Viking in the draft this year. But tell me a little bit about Kenyon Sadiq.
he's the Oregon first overall projected for tight ends, 14th on the
14th.
big board. What is he? 6'3", 245, 560 yards, 8 touchdowns. So a good red zone guy. 308 the year before that with 2 touchdowns. So definitely could be. He is from North Dakota there, so he could have some of Indiana. I'm sorry, Iowa. No, where is he from?
Wait, Oregon.
Yeah, he's from Oregon, but he's from Idaho Falls, so Idaho. So
Yep.
yeah,
Well, I mean, you said he was 14th overall.
14th overall on the big
Yeah,
board.
maybe. I think this was.
You
the
would
one
have to
guy-
get rid of Hawk, though. I don't think you could have.
Get rid of him.
No, yeah.
Yep. I'm just kidding.
I love
I'm
Cody's
just playing.
face. When Cody is out on a player, you can see it. He doesn't have to say a damn thing.
I'm playing.
Yeah, Owen, to your point, yeah, I mean, I would be down with a trade. If we could trade Addison to either get, I would say either Sadiq or Denzel, with Boston, right? Or not Denzel. Boston.
Boston.
Yeah. Well, if we could trade Jordan Addison to a team and our first round, obviously flip our first round with that to get one of these, the top flight tight end or your top flight wide receiver, I'm down with that.
Well, I think any
comfortable with
any trade on draft day, be the first, second, third, is if Addison's a part of that deal. I think we're all down with that. I mean, but if you're trading in the 4th round and you're trading Addison, okay, maybe you're not getting much value. But I think if the Vikings do trade him a second and third,
and they're in a position where they don't need to trade him, right?
No, they don't.
They can hang on to him, and maybe what you get is a lot. What I've heard, Judd on Purple Daily mention a lot is that you hang on to him. Now he's not suspended, right? Like the charges got dropped, so that helps, right? You were looking at maybe him being suspended for the first 6 games of the year, which would have been fucking awful. But now maybe he gets his act together over the offseason and he comes out and turns things around. I think unless it's right, unless they have a chance to get either Sadiq or Denzel Boston, I think that they're probably going to hang on to Addison. You're not trading him just to trade him, right? I think you're hoping that that he can reclaim his career from, while in purple. Right.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I've said, if they can get him to agree to some kind of mentorship with Moss and Carter, some of the Vikings, great. So
yeah, Mackay, same thing. 5'11" slot specialist. That's why we didn't talk about him, Steve.
Here's the thing when it comes to trading Addison, or trading wide receivers for a first round pick. Last time we traded a wide receiver, what was it, Randy Moss, and it turned into Williamson. And then when we traded Diggs, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. And then we got Jefferson. Finally, we did something right. But I mean, we're 50-50 on that shit right now. I'll take them percentages. I feel like defense is the way to go unless like these 2 specific players fall. Defense is the way to go. I'm not trying to reach for anything. I don't care. I'm not trying to trade up. If anything, I'm trading down. These guys, like you said, KOC, he needs to hit on this draft. Okay. And yeah, they'll take it to account like we're over the cap by 50-something million. Hopefully they've taken that into account, but he's got to start making moves in this draft. Big B, you pointed it out. These guys got to stay on roster for 3 years. You know,
they got to be hits.
Shady, I want to get a little bit of give you a chance to chime in here. I want to know what your philosophy is on, the trading back in the first round, specifically when you're in the position like the Vikings are, where you're in this kind of the late
or the Panthers. They're right with us. I mean,
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah. You're okay with a trade back a couple of spots unless your guy is there, or trading up a few spots if it's there, kind of both. Is it all dependent on the players available at that point?
Well, like the Panthers never did any of that stuff for so long, and then you watch all the other teams like the Browns, they're trading up and down like crazy. But I see, like, I don't know. I'm wondering the thing about Bryce. Like, even though they took the franchise option, are we going to draft a backup? Because Andy Dalton's on his way out. But the other thing I'm thinking is, initially we said big wide receiver. We played college football. I was like, Deuce Robinson for FSU. Dude's like 6'6", big dude. He forgoed the draft this year. So whoever misses on this year, if we get stomped again, that's a possibility. Because if Xavier don't get his act together, I'm not so sure Xavier even really takes. I don't know if Xavier knows play call. I just Xavier's smiling.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I love Bryce Young. I love what they did. Drafted him high. Weren't afraid to bench him. And once he came back from that benching, he did a hell of a lot better. And, damn near got you guys to that playoffs. But, and truth be told, he can throw for over 200, 300 yards. So I'd take him over 9. But, that's for a different day. I think you guys got something good cooking down there.
Yeah.
So what is it? I mean, you're down in Carolina. What is the talk down there, Panthers? I mean, where are they looking, or what are their needs this offseason?
So ours are similar, actually. We do need to look at the DBs, because initially I was like, what happened to Jeremy Chin? That was the first thing I was thinking with a trade, but he's for the Vegas Raiders, so there's no point in that. But our defensive back, we need a linebacker. Ever since Kuechly's been gone, we've kind of been cycling through it, but Dan Morgan's a defensive guy. He's rebuilding defense. That's it, because they got the O-line now. But Ted McMillan, it's like he's the guy.
Yeah, he is the guy. And then you got Chuba.
Yeah, Chuba, and Rico's out. Rico left.
He left?
Yeah, Rico's gone.
Oh, man. He saved my fantasy. Shout out to him.
Yeah, Rico was like, I'm going to get paid somewhere else, guys. Rico actually went to high school like 30 or 40 minutes up the road. So Rico's a legend in Carolina. But, yeah.
Hey, defense, I'm always going to preach for defense. If you got a solid defense, they're going to hold up. If not pitch a shutout, they're going to hold up for a good 3/4 of the game. So if your offense can't score in 3/4, then we got some bigger issues to talk about.
Oh, so Rico must be a free agent. So there's a chance he could come back, because he hasn't signed nowhere yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Rico wants to come back. I think everything out of his camp's like, if you're not giving me the ball, like, I'm not coming back, which is understandable for Rico. Rico bust out year, but it's all right.
All right, next tight end on the list here, I got Max Claire, tight end from Ohio State. Few notes that I had on it: movement skills, savvy route runner, blocking needs improvement. To me, this sounds like a TJ Hawkinson refresh on that, a younger version of Hawk. Which is something that, obviously KOC likes on this team. I can't remember, was the Hawkinson trade before KOC got here, or was that for his first season?
I think it was in his first season, I think.
Yeah, I think that was his first season
trade.
That was the first big trade Kwesi pulled out, or first big move.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Mid-season, yeah. So Max, 4th overall on the tight end position board, 90th overall on the big board there. Out of Ohio State, so you keep that Midwest going. 448 yards last year, 2 touchdowns. The year before that, 685 with 4 touchdowns. But he is a big dude, 6'5", 243. So, yeah, that definitely could fit somewhere late for KLC in the group.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he wasn't a better blocker. That's obviously hurting his draft stock. This could be a day, 3 guy at that rate. 90th overall? Yeah, he could push into the top of the 4th round with that pick. Norsefius, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. How'd the other chat go tonight? Was this as much of a shit show as it was last week?
And he was a transfer from Purdue to Ohio State last year.
Damn.
Well, they said they were in. I think there's another Vikings show that rolls on Tuesdays that they all tune into. So we kind of catch a late push here in Vikings United after that one finishes up. So,
hey, but this is the one to be at.
Yeah, we're getting momentum, man. We're on Rumble for the first time tonight. So shout out to anyone watching on Rumble. I can't see the numbers live, but appreciate being on a new platform and doing that. And let me see. Steve knows the policy says Joe Royer from Cincinnati is who they will draft.
I don't trust anything you say at this point.
Yeah. I have him on the list here. He's pretty far down on the list, but
what about Eli Stowers?
Oh yeah.
Vanderbilt kid on overall 93rd, 6'4", 235. 798 or 769, 4 touchdowns, 638, 5 touchdowns. So yeah, definitely, another guy that could be sitting around there.
QB turned tight end. So a smart player. I think we always like guys that, played QB, whether it was, on their high school team or out there. I think that they understand the game a little bit differently and are able to maybe set some things up and to bring that savvy with them to a new position. Not easy to do, changing positions like that, Coach.
No, not at all. Especially, most of these players, they're playing their position, their spot in high school. And then, you get recruited into college and you might be told, hey, I know you were a wide receiver or a quarterback. You're going to go to wide receiver, you're going to go to tight end. You might be playing defense. And then when you get drafted, that might change again. Yeah. It's just the versatility.
So you say we could find our backup quarterback at a tight end spot. All right.
I mean,
Steve, nobody's holding their breath on this. I just want you to know.
I wouldn't go that far. Quarterback. So you got to be the most athletic, smartest on the field. Hopefully, the next quarterback that we throw out there doesn't get shut out against Seattle. No shots thrown at Max Brosmer, but that was just ugly.
Hey, where was Stowers at on the top 100?
Eli Stowers, 93rd.
Okay, so you're talking about another guy that could be a day 3, 4th round pick in here. So I'd say there's some options because we have the 2 4th round picks. I want to say, this only took me to 3.
We got 10 or 12.
We have no 4th round. We have I think we have 2 5th or 2 6th and 2 7ths or something like that. Hold on, let me pull them up. We have come on now. We have 1 5th. So we got the 2 7th round picks, 2 3rd round picks. So pick 18 or pick 82 and pick 97 are the Vikings picks. So we're talking about guys that would be guys that are in that range, possibly. So I think, and now we're starting to kind of take a look. And the reason that we wanted to profile some of these players was to just take a kind of 10,000 foot view, right? Look at the players. We know who the top flight people are. I like to take a little, it's okay to dream a little bit right now, right? What package would it take? Would a Grenard, isn't Addison on the table to maybe trade up and to get a Caleb Downs or, up to the top to get a Sadiq, right? It's worth the conversations right now. Obviously, after this week with the combine, we're going to know a lot more about these players, and things are going to start to shift out. And then we have a whole nother month and a half of speculation before the draft in April. So right now it's just kind of fun to talk, throw some players out there. And I like this Eli Stowers. I'm definitely circling this one, right? On my list of players that are available in the range where we are picking with the picks that we have. This is somebody who's definitely on the Vikings, on the side chart, right? On the sidebar that's saying, hey, these are a target.
Hey, Big B, how many picks do we have? Is it 10?
7.
7?
No,
Oh, no, 10. I thought we had more than that.
No, it's 8. 8 picks. That's what I see. Yep. First, a second, 2/3, a fifth, a sixth, and 2 7s.
Somebody's stealing. I swore we had 10. Oh my God. All right. Well,
maybe we did have 10, and then we traded one for Adam Thielen. Remember? That was fun.
Yeah, that was trash.
Oh God.
Trash. Hey, how did you feel? Hey,
no,
how did you feel about Thielen down there?
Like Jane, that's not the scouting report that we want to hear. Oh no, I don't know who Sam Roush is, but I don't. That worries me a little bit, especially because you'd have to probably trade up to get him. So that would be enough for me right now to be.
If Sam Roush was like that, he'd be on our list. I'm just being honest.
Is the best ability. Well, if you're a defender on Brian Flores' defense, you're damn right. To me, it's still availability, but we are in that. Eric Wilson negated one of the comp picks. Okay, how did that? Norsevius, can you explain that to us a little bit, if you don't mind typing a little bit? I wish I had your email or something. I'd fucking send you a link and you can jump on.
Yeah, can we add them up?
Yeah, well, I can't send him anything. Well, I guess I could.
If he negated one for, I wonder if he got cash.
Hey, Shady, I wanted to ask you though, Adam Thielen, what were your guys' thoughts down there about him?
I'll be real with you. As I love my Panther fan. Any Panther fans out there, this is not a shot at us. They don't really pay attention. I'll be real with you. They don't. Because 9 times out of 10, NASCAR's taking over. So that was early in the season. Daytona 500 just dropped. The South was still recovering from that hangover. I don't even think they knew it happened. But I'll say, I was pretty shocked because in all the other deals, we just been giving stuff away for any kind of love out here. So the fact we got something for Adam Thielen, I was like, I'm glad they made a video of him going home because you saw the video,
Hey, Coach Vincent Fortner Bay, what's going on, man? Much love. Shout out to him.
Okay, so we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got 10 picks that I'm showing.
We do? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm not that too far in the bag.
We got 4 7th-round picks, it looks like.
Well, I think those are the comp picks that.
No, it's from the Panthers for Thielen. We got they gave us Thielen a 7th pick, and then we got the 7th pick and Cam Robinson from the Jags, and then we also got our pick, and then from Houston we got Cam Akers and the 7th overall pick or 7th round pick from the Texans. So those are 4 7-round picks we have. So we traded away our 6th round pick. We got a 6th round pick from the Colts for Blackman. We got a 5th round pick from the Eagles and for Sam Howell. We got their 5th round pick and a 7th round next year or in 2 years. We traded away our 5th, and then we got our top 4 with a 3rd comp pick in there. So
what I'm seeing as of February 11th on the Minnesota Vikings website per them is the 1st round, the 2nd round, the 3rd round, 5th from Philly for Sam Howell, 6th from Indy, 7th original, 7th from Houston for Cam Akers, 7th from Carolina. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks.
You're missing the Texans pick.
Sorry about that, fellas.
Well, hey,
You good?
if I'm missing it, it's from the Vikings website.
Nope. I gotcha.
Yep. So, and that was February 11th. So just less than a week ago. So just throwing that out there.
Nope.
Vikings got to step up their game.
We can't even decide how many fucking draft picks we have on the.
Well, as long as we got more than.
Hey, boys,
Give or
check this
take.
out. We're bringing in the man himself, Norspius.
Hey,
How's it going, fellas?
It's going
What's
well,
up?
man.
what's going, man? How we feeling?
Put a voice to the mission here, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, just you've been on with Rap, haven't you? Right?
We had Rap on our show. We haven't been on his show yet, but he came on our show a couple of weeks ago, man. That was a blast.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. So now, of course, I found you guys too. So I tune in as often as I can.
Hey, we appreciate it. We're a new show. Obviously, Rap's been out doing his thing for a while and building that community up around him. But we just started this show like mid to late season. We actually were the catalyst for the winning streak because after we started the show, it's when we started winning all the games. So
there you go. All right. Yeah, and of course, you've seen me in the chat. I'm also a veteran, so I saw that you had there behind you, Bubba, and I appreciated that. So you have a fan in this guy because I'm a veteran. So.
Yeah, we appreciate your service, Norspius. Thank you so much for what you've given to our country. And as someone who spent most of his life being an addict and a musician, I didn't do a whole lot to give back to my community. So now, as an older man and someone that is trying to make better on his life, it's the least that I can do to kind of put them behind me, but also to be behind them. Right, the motto of the foundation is we have Veterans 6, and today with some things coming out of the Congress that have been really devastating news to our veteran community, that we're needed even more. So we're really looking forward to doing more for our veteran community in every way that we can, and that starts with just putting it out there, right? That we are here and we can be a shoulder to lean on, hopefully, for some of these young men and women that, getting out, and obviously our older population as well. But it's the least that I can do. So thank you for your service, Norspius, and all your brothers and sisters in the military as well.
Amen. Man,
That's
kind of funny. You said you're a musician, though. Once I got out of the military, I was a lead singer of a hard rock metal band for a couple years.
I can hear that in your voice.
I can hear that.
Now we're not getting you on video today, but I got a knack for this thing, and I feel like you look like you could be in a Viking themed hard rock band.
You know what? I got more in between my dad's and my mom's height. My dad, full-blooded Norwegian, but he married a 5 foot tall Irish woman. So I'm not a full size Viking, shall we say?
Hey, some of the scariest Vikings were the little ones, man. They had a little bit of that Napoleon complex.
Yeah, I'm 5'9". That's all I get.
Cody would call you 6
all
foot.
good.
It's all good, Norspius.
Yeah, you're 6 foot.
Same.
In cleats, you're 6 foot.
Yeah, we played that game in high school too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 6'2" till I graduated, and then I was 5'11". I didn't get to 6'1" till I was maybe like 23. How about them dogs from Wyoming versus them Ironman? Man, what's the scout look like? Keep Coach Cody, keep them boys eating. Damn right, 56-0, Wyoming Cavalry in their first preseason game. First game as a team, man. I think it's a big statement, and I think you guys are making noise. AIF, right?
Yes, AIF. I'm excited. We are making noise, and it was our first game as a team and first game to really practice, because training camp, we're all practicing together, but it's every man for himself at the end of the day. And so, for us to come together and gel the way we did, Shout out, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate you. And we will be on your show. I guarantee it. But it was just amazing to see them come together and gel. Having half of the team come with me to Minnesota, from Minnesota to Wyoming, there's always that thought in the back of your head, like, are they going to accept us? Is it going to be like a us versus them type of thing? But we gelled right away. Everybody knew the mission, I told my players, I was like, if you want this to pay you like a business, you got to treat it like one. Yep. So we're going out there, treat it as a business trip. We got one outfit just for chilling in the van for that long drive. But then we also have our dress to impress outfit for afterwards when we celebrate. So, but for a scouting report on Michigan, West Michigan Ironman, they're defending champions. And if you know anything about my teams, we're all about taking down them champions. Left and right, honestly, bring them on. But they got a good wide receiving core, big, physical, but it doesn't seem like they've really played any competition. And so we're ready to bring that belt. Anybody can get it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, we're going to have a breakdown of that one too. Now, I will be on the road after that game, out on tour with the Operation Combating Veteran Suicide National Songwriter Showcase Tour. So I'll be on the road. I will still be trying to do this. If not, I will see if we can get Willie, our super producer, to help you guys with the show. That's another reason that I wanted to get Shady in here as well, so we can have an extra body to fill in when I'm off running around. Norsevius obviously has got the link now, and he can dip in with us and maybe provide some extra commentary if he wants to. You're welcome anytime, brother. We'll get back into some football talk here, still talking tight ends. Next one on my list here, B, was Jack Endries from Texas.
All right.
A little bit on him coming up here. Long, athletic, big catch radius, blocking strength to develop.
Oh, best available. All right, who are we talking about?
346 and 3 tutties. Damn.
Jack Endries, tight end from Texas.
What's he doing? Blocking over there?
Yeah, 6'4". He's 8th overall rank on the tight ends, 131 on the big board there.
Round. Yeah.
So definitely, like Cody said, it looks like possibly a blocking tight end, maybe a red zone threat, maybe open up those holes as a fullback type. But 346, 3 touchdowns. The year before that, 623 with 2 touchdowns. So definitely somebody,
That's crazy. That's crazy that you can be considered a top 10 tight end with 33 receptions, 346, and 3 tutties.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, everybody say goodnight to Shady. He's got to get up and work in the morning. He's on.
All right, Shady, have a good one. Can't wait to do some more work with you.
Thank you so much for hopping on, man. Good to meet you.
Hey, it's good to meet y'all boys, man. And hey, let's go Vikes. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw it out there as a Panther fan. Let's go.
We'll be seeing you again.
I like it. I can't wait to get you up here, man. I don't know what the schedule look. Do we play the Panthers this year? Are we back NFC South schedule?
Probably.
We're gonna see. Shady, I'll be talking to you, man. I know we got a big meeting coming up here with the golf course down in North Carolina this week. So looking forward to more work together. Thanks for joining the show tonight. You are always welcome. Dipping in here, talking some ball with us. So with that, we'll say goodnight to Shady. Bye, buddy.
See you, bros. Be good, y'all.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Can you pop up that last comment by Coach Vincent Fortner Bay for me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Structure of the league, AIF. Okay. Structure of the league. This is, you followed my coaching career. If I've been on your show, all love and respect to you. I love you, man. I've been elevating and experiencing new stuff from each league, and just learning new stuff, learning new things along the way, getting that experience. And the structure of this league, I have no complaints. It's honestly a sigh of relief not having to be head coach and GM and try to build the team up. This team's already established. Owner well recognized. Recognized throughout the league. With the Michigan Muskies, it's always hard to see a team go down like that. When I was with the St. Paul Bears, trying to build that team from the ground up with Jabari, everybody, like I said before, everybody wants an arena team, but once one pops up, everyone's so quick to want to see them fail. And just, I feed off that, honestly. When people say anything, I'm like, yeah, all right, watch this. And I can consistently prove them wrong. But this league, the structure's amazing. I've been on phone calls all week, last week, and the week prior with the owner of the league, just trying to, ask the questions. No question is a dumb question. So I want to be able to ask and get that knowledge from everybody. And everyone in the league has been absolutely fantastic to me. Shout out to Coach LP and GM Jake Shanks. It sucks what happened out there, but hopefully they're able to find a new home and bring all their players and keep the team together.
And it's not just that everybody wants the arena league. I mean, everybody's been claiming, we need some football. We need football all year round. You get the XFL, you get they merged with who they merged with last year, the Rocks League or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't we have the AFL now? I think it's
yeah. They kind of merged with the XFL, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's garbage. I'm not going to watch it." And it's like, you guys have been clamoring for another league to compete with the NFL to keep the football all year round. It's going to take time for these leagues to develop. I mean, it's not going to be a superstar league right away. So,
Right.
Well, and even the NFL, the NFL wasn't that, right? Like it was guys that were working in factories in the 60s, even, right? Like it wasn't.
Well, and I think too, what propelled the NFL to be probably the top sport in America is the baseball strike. I think when baseball went on strike,
UFL, sorry, you got it.
Yeah,
Steve.
UFL, yeah. So I think that's what kind of propelled. So
he was right twice tonight out of 30. And not
well, it's not more people want the leagues to fail, but it's just out of jealousy. It's like, oh, well, why didn't I get that opportunity? I think I could do it better. I'm telling you right now, show me you could do it better.
And you've done it all, right? I mean, you've been, and I know that the Warriors were an 11-man outdoor football team. And you were, DB's coach over there, but now you've done all the jobs, man. Defensive coordinator, head coach / GM, right? You know how much work goes into this, man. It's no sleep and it's no pay, right? So, I mean, if there's no money coming into the league, and that's what I think people want it to be, the product that the NFL is, but the NFL isn't the product that it is without the billions of dollars that are in the league. Right, like it is not that you don't get the top flight talent without that.
Gotta learn to walk before you run.
Yep,
exactly. Norspius, do you take in any of the lower league football? You watch any arena league or consume any football outside of the NFL?
I will dabble in it just a little bit, but I do have a question for you, Cody. Do you know of the Duluth Harbor Monsters?
Yes, I do. Very well.
Okay. We have a guy in our circle, Yogi Howard.
Yes, sir.
You know of him?
Yes, sir. Very, very, very well.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, he's kind of been dipping out for to take care of his I think they changed from Duluth. I think they moved to Minneapolis or something, but
nope. So they're still in Duluth, but they just moved up to the AF1, so the top tier league. And now they're the Minnesota Monsters, but they're still in Duluth.
Okay,
yep.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. So I guess he's been pretty busy doing that.
Yeah. No,
but if you ever see him in the chat, say hi to him. Yogi comes in the chat once in a while, so over at Raps channel.
He might be watching right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we hope
Cool.
so. And if you are, shout out to Yogi, shout out to the Harbor Monsters. I got some connections there. Our girl Kayla Kay, who is how Cody and I kind of got introduced to one another, pre-Bears and everything. So it's been an amazing thing to come out to. Coach Vincent had another comment. I'm gonna wait to bring that up. Let's get through Jacques Andres, and I only got maybe like one more tight end that's on my list, and I don't know if you guys got any engine coming. You're damn right, Owen.
Yes.
We're looking forward to a lot more.
I better see you out there, Owen. I swear.
Is that one of your DFA teams?
Yeah, yep. That's my
Okay.
DFA team, and I actually, Yogi is running that. He's in the upper office for that. So,
Awesome.
Owen is going to be out there with his cheerleading outfit and his pom poms, I think.
hey, you better whatever you got to do. I better see you in Shakopee. It's been too long. So,
Jack Andres, I feel like this player, I mean, he's going to be a day 4, day 5 pick. Where was he be?
Andre, 134, so yeah, or 131. So yeah, somewhere late rounds, unless
Right. So
he impresses somebody down the road.
Yeah.
So,
Well, hey man, we need players and we need guys. And even though it seems like he was more of a blocking tight end down there and had a little bit of that, the rest of the guys on this list are all pretty much, we talked about Stowers on my list. Josh Cuevas, tight end from Alabama. I don't know where he kind of fall in there. Justin Jolly, a tight end from NC State. Another, best receiving tight end in college, contested catch rate above 70%, but inconsistent blocking. And I feel like we need to upgrade at the tight end position. Like we already have that. And granted, Hawkinson was a kind of a shadow of his former
Oliver ain't bad
side this year.
Oliver is way underrated.
Oliver ain't bad, man, and he's cheap.
He could be.
Sorry.
He could be a tight end 1. He really could. He came into the league as a receiving tight end, and he worked on blocking. He could easily take over tight end.
So he's a real dog, and that he's really
well, he doesn't drop the ball, man. You know what I mean? He's out there and he's a huge body, but yeah, his hands are literally exactly. They're 2 of Cody's hands. How do you miss with that size? It's a large human being. Maybe he doesn't have the speed that a KOC wants. Down the middle of the field with what they call the U tight end. But to me, this team needs to get more into the power running team that we were at the end of the year. And I know it has to make KOC throw up in his mouth a little bit to even consider I formation and, going with a single receiver. But, when it's what your team does well and the talent that are around you can do, you have to be able to coach the team that you have. Right, Cody?
Yes, you have to be able to coach the team with what you have. I feel like whatever we do, if it's tight end, I hope if it's this Jack guy, the 33 receptions, 346, 3 touchdowns guy, if we take him any earlier than the 5th round, I'm done. KOC got to go.
Right. Well, and I don't think that they're going to stretch for any one of these guys. I think it becomes, these later round picks, especially kind of going through the big board with B on here. I'm literally running ChatGPT 30 seconds before showtime to say, hey, give me the top 7 names in each position.
Been there. No
we
shame.
can talk about.
No
hey,
shame.
man, that's not my job. I'm not the analyst here. I'm the fucking host and producer, right? I know my role, right? Norspius, it's like the military. You know your job and you go do that job well.
Stand fast. Stand fast.
So, just looking because I saw some people put this in a Facebook page, TikTok. If the Vikings had cap room or made cap room, what do you guys think about going after Kenneth Walker III?
Oh, yeah.
I would say no, absolutely not.
Just won a fucking Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you would swing it, but I mean, yeah.
Well, that's not fair if we had the cash space, which we don't. But somebody threw it out there that we need to sign him. It's just like, dude, we have no cash space.
Hold on.
He's going to get somewhere in the 50 to 60 million range.
Where did you, before we get to Coach Vincent's last comment?
Yeah.
Where, Big B, can you help me out? Where was Jeremiah Love projected?
Let me see, because
if I'm trading up for anybody, it's gonna be him. Yeah, I'm not.
I would be so
He
disappointed.
was third. He was third overall on the board.
All right, well, I won't see him then.
No,
Jeremiah
no
Love,
worries there.
he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna get past Kansas City, but his
Damn.
running mate, Jadarian Price, he is awesome.
Yes,
He's not a running back too. He's a 1B, 1A, 1B. That's how good those two both are. And I think personally, Jadarian Price fits this team, this blocking scheme, much better than Jeremiah Love does. And I love Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame guy, so I think Jadarian Price is a better fit.
Where would Jadarian Price fit on the big board, B?
107. So you're looking at a day 3.
Fifth.
Now
Possibly.
that may be a guy that fits
Probably a
into
six.
the Vikings picks for sure.
Yeah, 674 yards, 11 touchdowns. The year before that, 746, 7 touchdowns. So definitely a guy we'll probably touch on next week or the upcoming weeks. But yeah, definitely a guy that could be sitting there, third, fourth, or fifth round, depending on how everything falls. But yeah, definitely wouldn't mind having him. 5'11", I think. Yeah, 5'11", 209.
Yeah, that's a cannonball.
Yeah.
He's got shake and bake to him too, a lot like your boy that you just talked about, Kenneth Walker III.
Yeah.
The thing is, the way I differentiate the two, Jeremiah Love is a great outside runner and can break it that way, but Jadarian Price will go right up the middle and break it right up the middle. He's tough.
Lost Cody for a second here. He probably had to take a conference call with the defense.
I'm here.
Back. All right. Yeah. So I think we kind of covered it. There's 3 or 4 tight ends on this list, and we kind of touched on a couple of running backs as well here at the end that the Vikings could be targeting, mostly with it seems like the day 3 picks that we have in this, kind of running through. A couple of these, the big names at the top, I think Sadiq is in play. What that looks like, I don't know. It depends on how high KOC is on a player like that to take a swing. I think he's got to be about his guy B-Flow and to get B-Flow some dogs. And you can just stand pat and maybe even trade back in the first round and acquire more picks and still get your guy. And that's where I've always been on the, I'm not trying to trade back for a haul. I don't think I want to go back too far, but maybe trading 18 to 20 where you kind of have a good idea where those teams are picking and who they're picking because you're having those conversations, right? You're not trading back with uncertainty. You're trading back going, okay, we're still going to be able to get our guy and we might be able to pick up another third rounder here. That I think it's something that this team definitely needs to consider. And they have to look at all options because they have to improve and they have to get younger and they have to do it right now. Like this is your draft to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Cody, I want to bring this up because this was directed at you from Coach Vincent Fortner Bay. Coach Cody, I've followed your career since we met and you have done an amazing job in building a structure there with St. Paul and now with Wyoming. Keep doing what you're doing, Coach. And I think all of us here would second that as we've followed your career as well. A shout out to Coach Vincent Fortner Bay, becoming a super fan of his own. So we appreciate you, Coach. Thanks for tuning in with us. And
Coach, thank you.
No, I appreciate that. And it's all love. I've been watching his career as well. And, both of us winning a championship, our first year, really, it was something special. So it was nice to share that with him. I got nothing but love and respect for him. Honestly, he's been number one. Not a lot of people will call me and just ask like if I'm okay and how I'm doing, knowing how much I got on my plate, and he's one of them. So I got to just give him a big shout out, man. Love you, Coach Fortner Bay.
Honestly, that's what most of this show is about at this point, is just getting a chance to check in with my guys weekly, right? And not that we don't text a little bit back and forth, and now we got the group chat going, where we're able to keep in touch with each other. But to have the privilege of showing up, and especially because I am, so far removed from everything. I mean, I live in a tiny town in the middle of South Dakota. I'm 5 hours away from you guys. I don't have the luxury of like just going down to the corner bar and seeing my guys, right, and talking ball and doing all that. So blessed to have an opportunity, a place like this. Now we've met new friends like Norsefius, like Shady we had on tonight, guys like Rap that have been doing this, kind of fan content game for a lot longer than we have, but having the acceptance from that community as well, and having these people that are comfortable coming on with us, I think is a huge thing to us. Because I love sports, but I'm not like the biggest sports creator. Most of my content has been created in the music world, but I love it. And I know that I'm capable of it. I have all the tools available, right? You have to make do with what you got. And I mean, we got the ace in the hole. We got Coach Cody on this team, and he brings a lot of juice to what we do here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Honestly, I just out here doing my thing, trying to keep the main thing. So we're going to keep on elevating. And as this show builds and my career builds, we're going to be at US Bank Stadium. I guarantee it.
It sure feels that way, doesn't it? It feels like we are on our way to continue doing it. And I think because you have such a presence in Minnesota football now. And obviously you're coaching for the Wyoming Cavalry, but with this DFA league, shout out to Aaron and everything that they're building. It's just incredible to see what they continue to do to elevate football, not just in Minnesota, but also trying to reach out and to build a model. And I think that's what's really cool about what DFA is that it's building a model that then can be placed into any region and to help these people build up, because there's plenty of players out there that could be on the field developing their skills to eventually have that chance. Because I mean, NFL stands for not for long, right? Which means a lot of opportunities open up in the middle of the season where, I mean, they're pulling guys off the damn grocery carts, they're pulling them out the thing, mostly kickers in that, but they're always looking for players to fill practice squad reps and to do that. And all people need is a shot, right? And not everybody gets a shot to go to a D1 school and to elevate themselves to that level. But if you can get yourself onto a practice squad, it doesn't matter where you come from, right? And there's scouts that are following all of these things. And eventually there's going to be scouts that are at Wyoming Cavalry games, at least at some of the big ones where they can scout a multitude of players, but you never know what kind of contracts are laying out there. Are you going to go from the Cavalry to starting at US Bank in the same week? No, that's probably not going to happen. But the goal is to get you from one step to the next step, not to skip 7 steps, So I love that's what you're building.
No, absolutely. And, I just want to see these players continue to elevate and continue to have fun, play the game that we all love. It's just been an absolute blessing. And, if I can continue to keep on elevating as well, then that's just a cherry on top. But I always tell my players I want to see them go further than me. So, even if you're a long snapper, a practice squad long snapper, you're making $200,000 a year and you ain't even got to touch the field. That's life-changing money right there. So, and I tell people tell my players all the time, I'm like, we've been in rooms with players that have been at a major D1 college, SEC, ACC, all that. But when you see them, they're not popping out of the room. Like, you're not walking in the room and you're like, oh shit, that's got to be a D1 guy. No, they just had the opportunity. They just got seen. They just knew that person. It's all about who you know. So with this DFA league, I'm trying to get these guys on camera with interviews. I'm trying to get them as much film as I can, because that's just going to help them out along the way.
No, and honestly, that's where the Scene Project Sports Network comes in as well, is because of the coverage, right? The reason that these D1 guys get so much is because their leagues are covered, and now we're able to bring that into all of these different leagues, and absolutely love it. Norsefius, you were saying something before I cut you off there, man. Go ahead and jump in.
Sorry, man. I just wanted to say this. What you said there, you wanting your players to do better than you. I mean, that's a sign, that's a sure sign of a good leader and a good father. You want your players or your son or daughter to do better than you. So I applaud you for that. Absolutely. 100%.
I appreciate that, man. And it comes up from the heart. I'm a player's coach. I care about these guys more about their lives off the field than I do on the field, because I know if they're good off the field, I ain't got to worry about them on the field. So I honestly care about my players. They're more than players, they're family. And I'm going to treat them as such. So doesn't matter what time of the night it is. They call my phone, I'm going to answer it.
Indeed, and Coach Vincent here echoing the same sentiments here. Really incredible stuff. Anything that you guys need to add to the show before we kind of get out of here?
No, I'm good. My team's waiting for me for a team Zoom. So
awesome. Well, Coach Cody,
figure.
And I got another team Zoom for the engine after this, so I'm gonna be on it for a while.
All right, Cody.
I got one thing. I got one thing for all you guys, if you don't mind. Have you guys heard of Skullfest at all?
Yep, we've heard of it now.
Okay.
Now we have.
There's a bunch of all the Vikings content creators and Viking fans and the people who, within the inner circle, we go connect at a certain venue. This one hasn't been figured out yet for 2026, but it's going to be the night before the first home game. So if you all can make it, because it's a great time. It's a fun time. You get to meet all the other creators and all the fans and everything. It's a great time.
Well, yeah, let us know when the date's set and where at, and Bobo can come pick me and Cody up. Who can drive wherever it's at.
Yeah, no, we'll be there. If it's going to be first home game and it's going to be around Minneapolis somewhere, man, I plan to be there. VWO obviously is a big part of our program. We've had Sir Picasso on with us several times. We have become friends with a lot of the Viking World Order super fan group. I know that they know who Rap is, and we're all kind of friends in here. So, Coach, where are you from? Are you in the Detroit area? I'm going to be out there soon.
Yes. He's a big Michigan fan, bigger Michigan Wolverines fan. So
all right, good. I can support that.
I just got about that shot. Go Scarlet and Gray. I just had that shot. But I'll call you Coach.
Shoot me a friend request. Bubba Starts on Facebook. Shoot me a friend request if we're not already. Would love to connect with you. I got the Midwest Talent Awards, which is a music award show that I'm doing March 6th and 7th. So literally like next week. So I'm going to be out in Detroit. It's my first time. Would love to catch up with you and just be able to shake your hand and thank you for everything that you've done for this show. Appreciate you. Norsefius, really appreciate you jumping in here last minute with us tonight. Nice to, like I said, put a voice to the avatar, if you will.
All right, man. Hope to call in again one of these days.
Always welcome, man. Always welcome. All right. I'm gonna let Coach get out of here. Appreciate you all tapping in with us. Norsefius, pleasure to have you. We'll see you next week. Man, we got some cool stuff coming up. The golf content's going to be great. But we also, since we kicked everyone else out of the room, we also got a new baseball show that we're going to be coming up. So
yeah, no, I'm excited. Baseball's my thing. I mean, I think I know a little bit about all sports, but I always love talking baseball. But yes, we got details still to come out, but the show title, the graphics look sweet. 789 is going to be our baseball chat show. Definitely can't wait. Just watching some preseason scores. Twins are getting murdered.
We like the cartoon version better.
Yeah, I don't care. It just looks sweet. But no, definitely can't wait to talk some baseball here in the next few weeks. when the season gets started, going to some games, just love it. Just can't wait.
Awesome, man. Well, and I mentioned this event earlier. You guys check this out, the Skunk Classic. It is a co-ed charity tournament. Put together a foursome. June 27th is the date on that.
Apple Grove Courts. Okay.
Yep, out in Minot, North Dakota. So it's probably a little bit of a drive for anyone. North Dakota's like South Dakota, not a lot going on. But yeah, shout out to Skunked Golf, everything that they're doing for us. Make sure I threw a comment in the chat or, in the chat, in the comments for everyone. Make sure if you're going to go buy some of their stuff, use our link, get some Skunked Golf Co. Look good, even if your game stinks. And man, we just appreciate y'all tapping in with us week after week. We continue to grow. We're on Rumble now. These shows are now going to be featured. The replays are going to be on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV as well on the True TV Plus app. So make sure you check that out on Roku. B, you've made it, man. You're on TV. It's a big TV. Thank goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. No, just, and nothing against myself leaving Coast to Coast. Hope to still do some partnerships with them. Got some great guys there. Just opportunity speaks, and I just felt it was time for me to jump ship and hook up with Bubba and Cody, and and see where it can go. Sky's the limit.
I think so, and I appreciate you putting in a lot of time and effort into this show, and more coming soon. So we'll look to, obviously, spring training is going out. We probably won't launch 7, 8, 9 until I'm back from the tour. Really get that going, but that gives us a little bit of time to come up with a framework as far as what the show is going to look like, what we want to talk about. I think the show will be obviously focused. I'm a Cubs fan. Twins fan, so we're going to cover a lot of AL and NL Central news.
Oh, I definitely love the Cubs too. I mean,
there's going to hit on league stuff, right? I mean, cover a little bit of the broader league, but AL, NL Central focused, and obviously focused mostly on Cubs and Twins.
Yep, until the Twins are eliminated from the playoffs after the first month, and then we'll focus on a different team. So, so.
Man, I can't wait to get cheap tickets to the Twins.
They're gonna be cheap, all right.
We'll try to be there. I mean, maybe not opening day because it's too damn cold, but maybe I'll make it up there sometime. I think I got a big event happening. Be that first week in May. See if they're playing at home like May 2nd and 3rd, and maybe I'll come up and spend a weekend with you all in Minnesota. We'll hit a game together and shoot.
Yeah, we could definitely shoot something out for middle of June. I know the wife and kid are going with her mom on a week-long trip around Father's Day and stuff, so maybe that might be a better week.
That's what they get you for Father's Day, huh? They all
I ain't gonna complain. So, nice piece of quiet after a while, but maybe June might work out better, and we can hook up for some games. So
appreciate you, Norspius. B, appreciate you too, man. Get some sleep, and we'll catch up later this week. Everyone else, make sure you tune in next Tuesday. Hit the subscribe button. Never miss an episode. This is Vikings United, and we'll see you next Tuesday. As we cheer on our Minnesota Vikings, let's also recognize true heroes. Pillars of Valor coffee isn't just about exceptional taste. It's a veteran-owned company with a powerful mission. With every purchase, you're directly contributing to programs that empower and support veterans and first responders. Imagine starting your day with a rich, bold coffee that also fuels a vital cause. Pillars of Valor coffee is dedicated to making a tangible impact, honoring those who've served our nation and communities. Join them in their mission. Visit pillarsofvalor.com to learn more and get your bag today. Pillars of Valor coffee. Great coffee, greater purpose.